Now we move the focus on to India. Football icon Lionel Messi has touched down in Kolkata, India, to a massive outpouring of fan enthusiasm. Supporters have gathered at the airport and his hotel, waving Argentina flags and wearing Messi jerseys, chanting his name as his convoy exited under tight security. Messi's three-day tour of India officially began in Kolkata and will also take him to Mumbai and New Delhi, where he is scheduled to meet with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Messi has been joined on this visit by his Inter Miami teammates Luis Suarez and Rodrigo de Paul. The visit has sent football fans into a frenzy as the legendary player connects with the country's growing love for the sport. According to reports from the ground, the attendees of the first event at the Salt Lake Stadium in Kolkata have been left disappointed after the event, scheduled for 2 hours, was cut short in just 10 minutes. Fans are blaming the organizers, who reportedly let in hundreds of so-called influential people on the ground and caused the security to cut the event short without any of the promised highlights like free kicks or a penalty shootout. Let's listen into what some of the fans have shared about this.
एकदम घटिया इवेंट 10 मिनट के लिए आया, सारे नेता मंत्री कॉर्पोरेट ऑफिसर सब उनको घेर लिए, कुछ नहीं देख पाए, ना एक किक आउट करवाया, ना एक पेनल्टी लिया, कुछ नहीं किया। शाहरुख खान को भी लाना का बोला था, कुछ नहीं लाया, 10 मिनट के लिए आया, चला गया, पूरा फ्रॉड करके चला गया। इतना लोगों का पैसा, इमोशन, टाइम सब बर्बाद, कुछ नहीं देख पाए, कुछ नहीं देख पाए।
नहीं किया जा रहा है मेसी को, क्योंकि इतना भीड़ है उसके आसपास में। हम लोग सोचे थे कि एक बार बॉल टच करेगा या फिर कुछ फ्री किक भी होगा या फिर पेनल्टी भी शूट आउट होगा, दोनों तरफ कुछ नहीं, बस आया, देखा और चला गया। हम लोग स्पॉट ही नहीं कर पाए सही से, 10 मिनट भी नहीं था सही से। बाहर सब लोग देख रहे हैं, मतलब हम अंदर से हम लोग कुछ नहीं देख पा रहे। ये एक फ्रॉड के अलावा और कुछ नहीं कह सकते हम लोग।
Around him, and we couldn't even get a glimpse of him for once. It was just those ministers, whoever were there, and he just waved a couple of times and that's it.
Now for this discussion, we are joined by Mr. Shikhar Vijayan. He's a sports journalist, joins us live from New Delhi. Thank you very much, Mr. Shikhar, for joining us. Welcome to News6 World. Now we're seeing these visuals of fans throwing bottles in anger at the stadium after Messi reportedly left an event in just 10 minutes. Your first reaction to this, please?
I think it also explains the fact that the event organizers did not plan this in advance. Knowing how popular Messi is, not just in India but across the world, they should have planned this well in advance, knowing the kind of popularity he has in India and in different parts of the world. And the first stopover for him was Calcutta, which is a football crazy country, football crazy to the point of being hysterical about it. And I was just listening into the fans' reaction to the fact that he just came for a few seconds or a few minutes and left. So it just goes to show that it was not organized well, and I think the organizers are to blame here. When they know that somebody of the stature of Messi is coming on board, they should have a plan in place, a disaster recovery plan in place, a plan in place which accounts for everything which happens at the time when the GOAT comes in, which means ensuring that at the last minute you don't feel the fans high and dry. Because the fans make the game. The fans, the thousands of crazy, passionate, hysterical fans are the fans who make football such an interesting game all across the world, and who are so much in love with Messi. But the way this was handled, it is not good. It reflects the high-handedness of the state government. It also reflects the fact that they should have planned these things well in advance. When they knew that Messi was coming in, I'm sure there's a blueprint which would have been shared. I'm sure there would have been a top-level plan which would have been shared. But what after that? What was the plan in terms of how do we make sure that the fans get a real taste of Messi? What the fans were talking about here was his free kicks, getting a glimpse of Messi. They didn't even see Messi properly. So if you're coming in to a GOAT tour, which starts with Calcutta and then moves on to different countries in India, fans don't even get a glimpse of him in a proper manner. They don't even get to see Messi doing his trademark free kicks or penalty shootout or engaging with the fans. Then I don't think the whole idea bears fruit, because ultimately what really matters in such events, in such tours, is the fan connect and how do the fans feel. What we have seen is a very disappointed set of fans, fans who have invested money in this, fans who have who have taken leave from work to come in for this particular show, and they've been left high and dry. They've been left disappointed, which does not augur well for the event organizers. So the event organizers, need to be taken into account. They need to be accountable for this, and need to make sure this kind of disappointment does not happen for other states within India. Because if this happens, and then nowadays in the days of social media, people will get to know the truth very quickly. So it's very important for all the for the tour which happens in the rest of India, that the event organizers have a plan in place. They have a disaster recovery plan. They also needs to ensure that whichever fan is coming in, he needs to feel happy at the end of the event. And all a fan is looking at is not a meet and greet. It's not that they want to go and shake hands or take a selfie with Messi. They want to have a connect with him in terms of his free kicks, in terms of his talent, in terms of what he's capable of doing on the football field, which means your free kicks, your penalty shootout, and also answering a few questions to the fans. That's all. If the organizers can't even manage this, and this event is known for the shoddy infrastructure, this event is known for the way it is badly managed in terms of more passes being given to bureaucrats or to the government officials, I think the fan has all the reasons for feeling disappointment, which does not augur well for a nation as crazy, as passionate as India.
100%. And now bringing the government into our conversation, how should government leaders, such as we know that Mr. President Modi is supposed to be meeting with Messi as well, so should these leaders engage with celebrity athletes for public diplomacy, and what are the potential benefits or risks involved? Should governments take stricter hand in also regulating these events?
So one is with Modi coming in, the Prime Minister, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, he is a custodian for India and he's representing India. And I think it'll be a great. I'm looking forward to the engagement that the Prime Minister has with Messi, where they'll be sharing a few words, which is one. The second thing here is we're talking about the event which started in Calcutta. We're talking about the way the event organizers handled, which was done in a very shoddy manner. I think the action plan really need to have, or the blueprint they really need to have for events of such nature. When you've got such celebrities like Messi coming to India, which India is such a populous country. India is such a passionate country. India is such a dynamic nation. You need to have a plan in place so that nothing goes wrong. We've always noticed whenever goats like Messi come in, or sporting giants like Messi come in, I think it's very, very important that you have a plan in place. You have to ensure that, and there should be a plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, which should happen. You cannot be running around like headless chicken. When somebody like Messi comes in and people really don't know what to do. We really don't know who's accountable, who's responsible for this, who's the point, in, who's the person who's in charge of this, or what's happened. But what's really important is the fans should not be left disappointed. They should not be left high and dry, because tickets are being charged for this. People are paying a lot of money to come in and watch Messi. And if they're investing their money, their time, and their energy, there is no reason why they should not feel happy about it. Because they're getting a once-in-a-lifetime encounter with Messi, who's one of the goats of the game, one of the greatest of the games. So I think what's really important is the event organizers need to have a plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. And with somebody like a Honorable Prime Minister coming in, I think it augurs well for India. If the Prime Minister comes in and has a word with Messi too, because we would love to know what is the kind of interaction they would have, because both are custodians of their respective fields. The Prime Minister is the Prime Minister of the largest democracy in the world, which is India, and Lionel Messi is a magician with the ball, and he represents football. So that will be an interesting encounter. But notwithstanding that, I think we really need to focus on the fans too, and make sure the fans have a lovely time and the fans have a great moment to go back home and talk about. Say, you know what, I got a chance to see Messi in action. I got a chance to see Messi, displaying his trademark free kick, or doing a penalty shootout, or speaking to me in Bengali, or speaking to me in Telugu, or just speaking to me in English, or speaking to me in Spanish. The point is, what's the interaction? Here we are talking about, fans being hysterical, fans being disappointed, fans, fans ruining the fact that they invested so much of time and money in doing this, and what they got was nothing else but just a few seconds, and that's really not done.
With that, I would like to thank Mr. Shikhar Vijayan for joining us today in NewsX World and sharing that insight. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.